Lagos, Nigeria by SABC foreign news editor Sophie Mokwena for the latest on the ground. Sophie, we understand it's all systems go, a chance at the ballot box. Now, how do ordinary Nigerians mill around hours before these elections?
Here in Abuja, most of people who work here in Abuja have gone home. Clearly an indication that they are ready to participate in the national poll, where they will be electing a new president. And people were upbeat when we spoke to many people in different areas, like in the markets and in the taxi ranks. Those who were making their way home were saying they are ready and they are indeed going to exercise their right to vote.
One would want to think that Boko Haram's threats might have dampened spirits. How concerned are people there?
Well, clearly, after the intervention of the regional body, and also you recall that Chad, Niger, and Cameroon assisted Nigeria to deal with this challenge, people are kind of relieved that there's peace, and they are hoping that tomorrow peace will hold and they'll be able to exercise their rights. And the president of the country, Goodluck Jonathan, has also assured the citizens that the security forces will be on standby to ensure that there's peace and stability.
Now, what would you say are the key issues in these elections specifically?
Well, the key issue, of course, is the issue of security. You would recall that Nigeria has been in the news, particularly because of the challenge of the Boko Haram. And many people are hoping that the new administration will ensure that there's peace and stability. But also issues of poverty, unemployment will also be high on the agenda for the coming administration. And also improving relations in the region in terms of trade relations, but also in the continent in general and globally. As you know, that currently Nigeria is the powerhouse in terms of economic activities in the continent. And therefore the country wants to continue in that trajectory of economic growth, and also to ensure that the country continue to play a prominent role in the world stage, also in the multilateral bodies such as the UN, the Commonwealth, and the G20, and many others, to ensure that Nigeria indeed leads the way.
This election has basically been framed as a battle between the incumbent president, Goodluck Jonathan, and former military ruler Muhammadu Buhari. A day before Nigerians head to polls, is there a sense of who between the two holds advantage, if any?
For now, it's not clear yet in terms of who's likely to emerge as a winner. The race is quite tight, and we'll see what happens on Sunday. An indication, the picture will be much clearer on Sunday in terms of who's likely to lead this nation. But of course, fierce contestation between Goodluck Jonathan and Mr. Buhari. Therefore, we are expecting that one of the two will definitely be ahead of state come next week.
Now, just finally, we've heard that the youth, like in many countries, could be critical in these elections. Do we know how much the youth make of the 170 million Nigerian population, and what's their appetite for politics, let alone elections over there?
Well, a number of groups that we spoke to, particularly the youth organization, they have indicated that they did, during the build-up to these elections, try to ensure that they influence the outcome of these elections. And currently, they are all over in the street and they are trying to give support to different candidates. And the youth participation is quite huge and it's very vigorous. The women also, today we spoke to a group of women who are on the ground, who are monitoring the elections and also making their voice heard, particularly calling on politicians and, of course, a person who is likely to be the president next week, to ensure that women's rights are respected. And they cited an example of the Nigerian girls who were abducted, and they were saying that whoever takes over the reins must ensure that the girls are brought home and safe.
Thank you very much for the update, Sophie.